Well,
hello there.
yeah. So South Carolina is up 35-24. South Carolina scored on every possession of that first half.
No. They just ran the ball in the last one for.
Oh, that's true. Hey, Tennessee finally got a stop. The stop was not by our defense; it was by the clock. But
sorry, I couldn't help that one.
God Almighty, what a horrendous half of football from that defense. I mean, 24 points from Tennessee's offense, on pace to score 44 on South Carolina. If you told me Tennessee scores 48, I mean, if you told me Tennessee scores 48 on South Carolina, I'm like, oh, it's a 48-10 win. And it's 35-24. Unbelievable at the half. We're going to talk about it all. I'm Charlie Burris. The great former Vols quarterback Jonathan Crompton is back with us this week after a week off last week. We're going to talk about it all, but first I got to tell you about the great sponsors of this show. Farm Bureau Health Plans. Farm Bureau Health Plans is a corporate sponsor of the Vols. They've been serving Tennesseans for 75 years. Plan on them for health, dental, and vision. FBHP.com/ATOZ. That's Farm Bureau Health Plans. Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com. Type in promo code VOLS at checkout to fill your freezer with enough gourmet food to keep your cookouts going strong into the fall. Omaha Steaks. And finally, Rattle and Snap Whiskey. I need some of it right now, please. From Lock Still Distillery, make your own luck, just like Tennessee's fast-paced Rattle and Snap offense with Rattle and Snap Tennessee whiskey. All right, lay it on us, Cromp. I mean, what the hell, man? What is this? What is this garbage? Why is South Carolina being able to do this? What is happening? Please break it down for us.
One, is our defense playing good? No, just call it like it is. But we've seen South Carolina's best shot now. You know what I'm saying? Like, is South Carolina playing the game of their year? Hands down. But they have given us everything they've got. Now we just got to get a stop on defense. And the thing that kind of what I told you right before we started, Charlie, I was like, you'll kind of see where I'm going with this about our defense. Defense is playing horrible right now. There's no sugarcoating that. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was either the third or the fourth touchdown. I think it might have been the fourth, okay? Third and 8, defensive holding. Atrocious call.
That's true.
Hey, hold on. 3rd and 10, same drive. When Rattler thought it would be cool to jump and get sacked, and they showed the behind view of defensive holding again, atrocious call. Now, once again, we can't do anything about that, right? What I would say, if you're going into halftime as the coaches, don't put this in the referee's hands. Don't make it obvious you're not holding. But when you look at it, you go, those two are not holding calls. But, hey, they called it. We got to get out the field somehow, because those were our chances to get off the field, stop their momentum. So what I'm curious about is, how does South Carolina respond when we get that stop, right? And then we go down and score pretty quick. How do they respond to that? Because they've not responded well all year. They have not had adversity yet. It's all been on us. We're kind of weathering the storm. But defensively, we played atrocious. Just call it like it is. We have. There's no sugarcoating it. And I'm going to read out some numbers real quick. There we go. All year long, 270 or 227, 377, 118, 187, 212, 177, 168, 171, 200, 145. Those are the passing yards. At the end of the game, by the way, keyword end of the game for Rattler. Okay. And in case you're wondering, I'm just getting back to it. In case you're wondering, Rattler is right now at 249 already. We got to do better. It's just what it is. And I mean, we've almost given up his second highest. Yeah, I think he's almost second highest already in the first half of the season.
I want to say South Carolina, at all this entire season, I think they've scored over 30 points. Let's see.
I can tell you right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. No, 5 times. One of those was against Vandy. One of those was against Charlotte, and one of those was against South Carolina State.
Yeah.
What? That was the most embarrassing, pathetic, impotent half of defense I have ever watched a Tennessee defense ever play. I said it right there at the end of the half. I've never seen a worse half of defense from a Tennessee defense.
You know
35 points.
You know what hurts me to say this because I've been very critical of this individual. Jeremy Banks is a bigger than I ever have said, and I'm gonna own up to that because as anybody's watched the show, I'm always critical of him because it seems like he makes the bonehead play at the wrong time. And again, there's no real right time to make a bonehead play. So I've got to eat my own words and say, man, I'm wrong on that one.
He makes a big difference.
He does. Whether it's emotional or something, he makes a big difference. And right now we're seeing it. We really are.
I don't know, but I mean, this is where Tim Banks earns that paycheck. Period. Like this is you get these boys to dig deep, and you figure out a way to stop this, or else Tennessee will not win. You can make it 35-31 coming out of half. Tennessee gets the ball after the half. You can make it a really tight game.
We have here. We have to. We got to come down and get 7. We cannot settle for 3 here.
No.
Got to come down and get 7, make it a 1-possession ball game, get a stop, and then we can get the lead. And at that point, we should roll. That's a big. It's just you got to do it. There's no other way around it.
I mean, what should happen in this half if the defense could play worth a damn is that you go out, score on the first drive. I mean, you're getting a lot of what you want on offense. They moved. Look, that drive right at the end of the half, very clutch. 11 plays. Great drive. You score a touchdown. That touchdown catch was a little lucky, but hey, you take the breaks you can get. And, 24 points and a half. Again, if Tennessee had 24 points at a half, I'm sitting here thinking, like last week against Missouri, I was like, Tennessee's defense wasn't playing great, but they had 28 points at the half. And I was like, we're all right. That's 24 points in both halves is 48. And you're winning. Tennessee should win every single game they ever score 48 points in. Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous.
But let's talk about what, with our defense, what we've said all year. Pick your poison, run or pass. South Carolina's taking advantage of it. We've been stopped to run all year long.
Yep.
South Carolina is taking complete advantage of it. And like I said, we've seen their best shot. And if you notice, a couple of their big plays have been quote-unquote gimmick plays.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, therefore, that's also – you got to understand, that tells you they know if they just line up in their base offense, they cannot do anything to go forward. They know that. They got to get tricky. So, like I said, we've seen their best punch. Now we got to put our heels in the sand and dig deep and understand they've got to see ours now.
Yeah, period.
We have to do that. There's no other way around it.
That's it. Well, there's probably going to be a lot in this segment. But we got to talk about the Omaha Steaks second half change. Like I said, it should be a loaded segment here. But we're going to talk about what Tennessee needs to change in the second half to win this game right after I tell you about Omaha Steaks. Fall is in the air. That means fall grilling with cookouts, tailgate parties, and so much more. Luckily, the flavor experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to savor all the flavors of fall. With their mouth-watering assortments of perfectly aged steaks, ultra-juicy burgers, and easy-to-prepare comfort meals that are ready in a flash, now is the perfect time to load up on all the incredible flavor and take advantage of 50% off site-wide by shopping their friends and family sale. Use promo code VOLS at checkout, and you will get $30 off your order. I've had it. Great. Comes straight to your door. Super convenient. Super tasty. Get your hands on it. But don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Stock up today. Omaha Steaks isn't just steak. It's the best steak of your life, guaranteed. And don't forget to score that extra $30 off with promo code VOLS at checkout. Omaha Steaks is perfect for those chilly and busy fall nights. You won't come close to getting this kind of quality at the grocery store. Visit omahasteaks.com. Promo code VOLS at checkout. Minimum order may be required. Omaha Steaks, promo code VOLS. Well, Crump, lay it on us. What's your Omaha change in the second half? The audible that this Tennessee defense needs to call to make. What do you do? What are we doing?
The funny part is I'm not going with the defense.
Okay.
I guarantee you everybody else is going to go with the defense, which it makes complete sense. There was a few in my opinion, suspect play calls of why we're doing what we're doing, when we're doing it. The third and goal where we had to kick the field goal. The fake bubble left, throw a flat route to the right. if we're going to run that, you got to design it better in the sense of our receiver. You can tell Tillman had no idea he was supposed to be blocking any of the two defenders. It's called knifing, where they try to slice inside of the offensive receiver that's blocking and essentially split them. You could tell he had no clue he was supposed to protect against the knife. And if you watch the replay, yeah, they were playing man-to-man. Herbster's like, they thought they were man, but they played zone. No, 2 over 2, that's man-to-man. There's no third guy to play zone. Straight up man. Defense just made a hell of a play. We did nothing to block him. If we actually do it properly, we might score. But I don't like that play call on 3rd and goal. There's, like I said, there's just a few play calls I don't agree with when we called them. And to me, we get back to what we're doing, right? We're too predictable right now. We've taken 3 deep shots. We've overthrown all of them. The rest of it is we're trying to throw the ball wide and far, 10-yard stops. That's predictable. We've not done that all year long. Get back to who we are offensively. That would be my change. Because here's the thing, if we score on every drive too, like we're capable of, we're not having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I take the onus on the offense right now because defense got to get a stop. But we got to get back to what we're doing and what we do well, and we're not doing that right now.
Yeah, I mean, you have to play your game. Yeah, the offense was certainly a little off in that half. Yeah. I don't think there's –
I mean, if you look at the numbers, you're like, we rushed for 105 yards. Yes.
Yeah.
But we only threw for 164 when we're against a very suspect defense. We're better than this, but we're also the third down play calling. I don't feel is to our best advantage right now. That's
fair.
That's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, from there, I'll go at the defense.
You can't go wrong.
It's got to be something. I mean, where do you even start? I think somebody said it in the comments here, and we've got so many comments. I'd have to go back and look. But somebody said the defense is just slow. They just look a step behind everywhere, all over the field.
I can't argue that.
They step behind. They look lost. They don't know. I'll give credit to Shane Beamer. The dude is a goofy weirdo. I don't think any of us would deny that. But he came with the plan on offense, not on defense. I mean, Tennessee still kind of roasted him on offense, but man, I don't know what I think I saw somebody say it on Twitter that it actually kind of works to their advantage that their top 2 running backs are out because it's essentially forced them to do this goofy offense.
And actually, I like that.
Yeah, and I think that there is real truth to that because they're just sort of throwing out stuff that they've never done all season. This defense looking confused. They don't know where they're going. It's been impressive whether it was actually his plan or he kind of stumbled into it like we're talking. Whatever. I mean, you got to give it up where credit is due. 35 points and a half. What a complete embarrassment. And so from here, I mean, it's just got to be what you said. You've seen their best. Now respond, dig in your heels, make some stops, make some plays on the ball, get some turnovers. Because and I think a huge one to me, and this is where I was going. You got to get into that backfield. All they're doing is throwing the ball in this weird Wildcat set. And that's about it. I mean, and then if they threw in a couple of trick plays there. But everybody coming into this.
Or go ahead.
Well, I was going to say everybody coming into this game was like, you got to watch out for Beamer running fake punts. Well, he can't run fake punts if he doesn't ever punt the ball.
That is very true. But I like when you said that about getting the backfield. We're not getting the pressure. We're doing too many what's called green dog blitzes, where you try to show coverage and then blitz late. And get back to what we do where it's called a TE, a tackle and end. Loop them, bring the backer outside, but you go with the snap of the ball, try to get pressure, force them, because they're getting pressure on us and they're not really doing that much on defense. They're really not. All right. And we're not getting pressure. And then when we don't get pressure and he stands back there, that's where holding penalties come in on our defense. We can argue that they are or are not holding penalties all day. Does not matter. If they throw the flag, there ain't a damn thing we can do about it.
No.
Right. And so, I mean, that's another one. I mean, and this might be controversial. So a lot of people probably going to agree. When I was my change for the offense, Man, I love the guy to death, but we need to put Keaton back in. Take Tillman out. He's not healthy. He's not threatening anybody right now. You know what his catches have been? Besides the 4th down goal line fade, slant routes.
Yeah. And Squirrel White's been getting in the game a lot. I don't know what's
You
going
know
on
what I'm saying?
there.
So that's what I'm getting. That's the reason why. And I saw a comment earlier about they appreciate that I can analyze the QB, but let's not defend it. Man, I'm just calling it is. Offense is playing like absolute trash right now too for what we do. Let me say it that way. All right, 24 points is hard to argue with, but when you're giving up 35, yeah. But that's what I'm getting. Like we need to get the offense back on the field where we were the most explosive, right, and absolute murdering people. A healthy Keaton is better than a non-healthy Tillman right now.
I think I agree. And I mean, Tillman made a great catch on that touchdown.
Yeah.
But you, at least in the middle of the field, I think
Keaton sparingly and let Keaton get most of the reps because he's the one that's going to threaten deep.
Exactly.
If we don't have a deep threat, then this offense doesn't work as well.
Yes.
We cannot leave all the pressure on Hyatt to go deep every play because you're human. You're going to run out of gas.
Yeah, they're dinking and dunking, and it's just not.
And that's not what we're building.
Their wheelhouse, even if it is still working to whatever extent. Well, here's the deal: every goal you have for the season comes down to the second half. Period. I mean, this is it. Everything will be derailed. USC is losing to UCLA right now. They're going to give you what you want. It looks like. So, hey, somebody show up, do something. Yeah. That's it. We'll end it with this. Everybody drop in. It's got a ton of people, 400 people watching right now. Drop into the comments wherever you might be watching and tell us 1 to 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. How confident are you that Tennessee pulls this game out? Can they do it? Down 11, 35-24. They get the ball coming out of the half. The defense got to make a stop. How confident, 1 to 10, are you that Tennessee will pull out a win here in this second half? I'm interested to see how people are feeling.
I am too. And you know what? For all we've been talking about it all year. Early on, it was a lot of bluff, or not bluff, but just words. But Alabama. After that, it started getting real. If you want to win the Heisman, you got to earn it tonight. You got to show why you're the Heisman winner tonight.
Period.
Ohio State didn't have a great game. Stroud didn't have a great game. Drake, I don't know the scores for Carolina, but Drake May's not having a great game.
You were losing.
You know what I'm saying? You want to win the Heisman? Now's the time to prove it.
This is it. I mean, this is it right here.
Whether the defense can get turnovers or not, if they get you one stop, you got to go win the game.
Yeah.
Bottom line. That's how you win it tonight.
Well, let's see. Fanatic says he's a 6 in confidence that Tennessee will win this game. Derek, 6. The Boogerman, 3. Eric, 5. Mr. Jones, 10. He's on it. Corey, 2. Bobby, 2. Sean, 8. Nugs, a 7. Kyle, 4. Victor Lockwood, 4. Elias Gray, 7. Big Ten Jeff says 3. That pass defense is hot garbage. Can't say I disagree with you. Philip, 9. Keith, 5.1. I'll say I'm 4 right now. I'm not feeling this defense can't get a stop. And that's that. But I will say this. It's a 4 right now. You come out, you score a touchdown to begin the half, and you get a stop on defense immediately. Doesn't have to be a 3 and out, but you get a stop on defense immediately. I go up to a 7. I mean, it'll jump right up. I have to see every drive they've had was a touchdown. I have to see some amount of life from this defense, period. And so, I mean, it's a 4 right now. There's no stopping South Carolina here. They're getting everything that they want, but I'll throw it to you. How you feeling?
I'm going with a 6 right now. I just feel like we're playing dead.
Yeah. It's lifeless.
And I don't know if Banks is that much of a hype guy or what, but both sides of the ball, I just feel like we're playing a little low, but that's also, I feel like we're playing down to our competition. South Carolina is playing up to their competition.
Yes.
That's a recipe for disaster. But like I said, now's the time to go win the Heisman, and now's the time to go completely, unanimously win Coach of the Year.
I mean, this would be
that you go pull this off right now, and you do what we're supposed to do. You can almost lock those two.
Like if you can finish this game 52-42, and like that's the win. I'm heaping
honest,
praises all over Josh Heupel.
but here you don't have to do it. It doesn't have to be a 10-point win. You're down 11 at half. You pull out a one, you pull it a 1-point win.
Yeah,
you're almost locking coach of the year.
It's got to be.
And if Hooker, you go do what you're supposed. Now, remember, 20-28. It's not like it's shabby. He's on pace for a 328-yard game. It's not like it's shabby. We're just not producing at the level that we normally produce. That's what I'm getting at.
Yep.
You want to win the Heisman. You want to be in New York. And you want to coach of the year. You go win this game tonight. Put it on your own shoulders.
Period. All right. We'll be back in the post game, win or lose. We'll see what happens. I'm Charlie Burris. That's former Vols quarterback Jonathan Crompton. Go Vols, everybody. Go win this game, please, dear God. That's it. Come join us wherever you watch it. Come right back in the post game. We'll talk about it all, and we'll talk to y'all then.